Yeah. You know what it is. It's the Mage. Yo, we in the whip. Stell, say what's good. Yeah, shit. We gonna post up for a minute. So I'll fill you guys in. Like, I know I ain't been posting like I need to be posting. We gonna fix that. This is our chance, our opportunity, our moment to lock in, on self, on purpose, on the mission, on the vision, building this shit out, laying the foundation and then constructing the building. And we gonna build until it's a whole pyramid, a whole empire on top of that. We're not necessarily starting a movement, but we are the we are the forward payment of the message, bro. Of the feeling, of the instinct, of the dream. Like, that's what this is. This is the dream. This is the American dream. This is the human being dream right in front of your face. Going out and achieving this shit. Going out and really being this shit, Going to be everything that we want to be. That's what this is about, bro. Seeking out within ourselves what it is that we are to be doing, who it is that we are to be, and then being that motherfucker, bro. And so what I did, or what I'm doing right now, is it's day one, driving in the car down to Miami. I'm going to pick up a homie. I'm going to pick up a kid that I ain't ever met before. We met online, but we're on like the same frequency, the same wavelength and shit. Ain't no trying about it. We bout our grind, hustling on our physical training and our mental training and our purpose building, our purpose definition. That's what we're focusing on. And this next chapter of our lives, we're moving from our hometowns, small towns. His is a bit smaller than mine, but the idea is we're leaving our past, we're leaving our history, we're leaving what we know, we're leaving the individuals that we're used to having in our life, we're leaving our jobs, we're leaving our families, not to just leave it behind, but because this is a new chapter and we're stepping into the role. That's what it's about. And in order to grow into the individual that you are supposed to be, the individual that you are meant to be, you have to move on. You have to let go of certain things. You have to recognize that not everything in your life is servicing your highest self and your highest vision, your highest manifestation, your true oneness. And so there comes to a point where one will realize that, it's not that it's out in the world anywhere necessarily, but it's not in the same situations, the same places, the same people, the same scenarios and environment that you've been in your entire life, that I have been in my entire life. And it's only when you step out of everything that is known, everything that is familiar, everything that is comfortable, and step into the unknown, and step into the river and the actual dream, step into the world that is out there, and step into yourself and pick up that role and claim your position on that stage and make it your own, make it original. It's your game to claim. It's not the fame, bro. Fuck the fame. Fuck the clout, the bitches, the money, the pursuit of just this material shit. Like, yeah, we're going to get it, but what is the highest embodiment of self that I can possibly become and can possibly realize? And once I realize mentally, I have the clarity, the clairvoyance, I have the vision of what it is that I ought to be, what it is that my creator is telling me that I need to become. Then it's my responsibility, it's my choice It's my opportunity to actually step into that character, to step into that role. You know, to pick up the responsibility, to pick up the burden. Pick up the responsibility, bro. And, you know, we're moving to Miami, so I mean, everybody has their conception of what Miami is, and it's, you know, Vice City, Sin City, whatever. That shit's everywhere, though. But it's really a place in the world at this point in time, in 2025, where shit's actually happening, you know, and there's real hustlers in the street, real hustlers in their business, getting after it, you know, real men and real women that are getting after this shit and really making something out of themselves and this life that they were given, and working with each other, working with themselves, working with each other, amongst each other, and working with the resources that the world has to offer, that we have at our fingertips, you know, and you know, the other extensions of our currencies, not just monetarily, but there's actually people out here making moves and fucking taking steps and getting shit done and changing lives and living with purpose and living with meaning and obtaining things and achieving things, you know, and growing themselves, growing their business, growing the people around them, pushing the envelope, bro, growing the human race, growing the human consciousness, growing the level of awareness on this planet. Like, there's so much more that we can possibly become. Why are we not there yet? You know, and it's okay that we're not there yet, but we have to also appreciate and recognize that we can't continue to stay in the same place and can't continue to keep doing the same shit that we have been doing. Because look at the way the world is, bro. Like, we're killing the earth. We're killing the people around us. We're killing our communities. We're killing our babies. We're raping our women. We're raping our land, you know. And we've been doing it for so long. And, you know, there's only a certain capacity that this earth can take before there's going to be some fucking whiplash. You feel what I'm saying? So the world needs to change, and we need to change the world, but we need to know and understand that the change starts within ourselves. It starts with ourselves, taking action on ourselves. And then once we have at least began the process of correcting self, we can go out into the world and maneuver in a way in which we uplift our portion, our section, our block on the grid of the vast network that is humanity and civilization as it is today. So yeah, there's a higher calling, there's a higher playing field, there's a higher purpose, there's a bigger plan. Alhamdulillah, God is great, and He has a vision for you. He has a purpose for you. He has a plan for you, but you have to have faith, and you have to have the willingness to step into the role and to do the work necessary to uncover what it is that you are and discover what it is that God intends for you. And then that's the blessing, bro. Then you just walk your path, and you have to grow your level of discernment in order to be able to identify whether or not these so-called things about you are bringing you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose or pulling you away from the completion of your mission. You know what I mean? And if our discerning is honed correctly and we are properly able to identify these things that are either propelling us or compelling us to greatness, or on the opposite, detracting from our purpose and degrading our station, our position on this playing field, if we are able to properly identify and categorize everything into those two and then act accordingly, as in separate from and cut off anything that is detracting from us, from our purpose, from our mission, from God's plan for us and God's plan on a greater scale, we get rid of that and then only put our attention, only hone our energy towards, only harness our focus on these particular things, habits, behaviors, tendencies, skills, beliefs, situations, environments, whatever it may be, that is actually building us up, so we are able to break through the mantle, break through the threshold, and ascend to the next level. And in our awakening, our reclamation, and our ascension, that is the journey. That is where we find our purpose in that process, and doing that continually. And sometimes you got to jumpstart this shit. Like, there comes a point in everybody's life where enough is enough, and you recognize that what you've been doing ain't gonna cut it, and the way you've been living ain't gonna cut it, because we want more and we're deserving of more, but we have to earn more. So we have to realign in order to actually be on target to hit the mark, with the projectile that is ourselves. We have to position ourselves accordingly and appropriately in order to fall into position at the opportune time, at the right time, in order to have our endeavors come to fruition and actually find success and be successful and continue to be successful. And I still feel like I'm at the beginning of the journey, man, and it's just a blessing to be able to play my hand. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got for today, man. This is day one of the drive south. We're gonna take a couple stops along the way. I'm gonna get a little retreat in the woods, some fucking get out into nature, and do some reconnection, and have a little interlude from my past life, leading into this new environment, new situation that's gonna be, likely high-paced, high-intensity, as is what I'm looking for and intending. But just to get a reset, man. Sometimes you gotta reset, detox everything, physically, mentally, spiritually. Purge that shit out of your system, out of your psyche, out of your membrane, out of your DNA, out of your synapses and shit. Allow yourself to evolve. And it's just the next cycle in the revolution. The next revolution in the cycle. We are here for a revolution. Now, I'm not here trying to fight you, but become conscious of your own movement. I ain't the first, sure ain't gonna be the last, but ain't nobody done it like the mage, man. Ain't nobody done it like the mage. Ain't nobody ever going to do it like I will do it, like I have done it. It's a game for you, and it's always just another stage, man. It's another level, This shit's a blessing. It's a blessing. But much love, peace, all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Anybody who's out there, I'm gonna get this shit to you. I'm gonna get this shit out to you, alright? I'm going to get this shit out to you. It's love always. Keep that shit on top. Don't lose it. Keep your heart open, heart full, eyes open. You can't lose, bro. You feel me? Like, the hate ain't gonna stop our love. The hate that this world gives us has never been strong enough to prevent our love from doing what it must do, from being what it is, from shining forth and washing over all that is about us and all that is for us, all that is destined for us, is just the return of that love tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. So there's more blessings to become. Yes, there are more trials in store as well, more hardships to come, more heartbreak to come, more trauma to overcome, more flaws to face, But it's all part of the process, my boy. I will catch you next time. You know it's the Mage. Peace.